Red Hen and Sly Fox by Vivian, French, illustrated by Sally Hobson. Once there was a wood, and in the middle of the wood there was a tree. Under the tree was a house, and in the house lived Red Hen. All the animals in the woods loved Red Hen because she was kind and careful. She mended and sewed for everyone, asking for nothing but a please and a thank you in return. She always wore an apron which had a pocket, and in that pocket she always kept a needle and thread and a little pair of scissors. And the animals in the woods loved Red Hen except for Sly Fox. Sly Fox thought that Red Hen would make an excellent chicken dinner. One fine morning, Sly Fox woke early. He yawned and he stretched and he smiled and he said, "Ah, today is the day I shall have my chicken dinner." Sly Fox hurried to his chest of drawers. He slipped a pair of socks in one pocket and a large sack in the other. Then he ran and ran and ran through the woods until he reached Red Hen's house. Sly Fox knocked on Red Hen's door. "Who's there?" called Red Hen. "Why, it's only me, Red Hen," said Sly Fox as she opened the door. "I've got a pair of socks with holes in the toes, and I wondered if you would be so kind as to darn them up for me." "Come right in," invited Red Hen. In bounded Sly Fox. Immediately he snatched the sack from his pocket and tried to slip it over Red Hen's head. But she was too quick for him. Up, up, up. She flew to the very top of the cupboard, where she peered down at him. "Why, Mr. Fox," she said, "that's not nice. I offered to darn your socks for you, and you try to put me in a sack. That's not nice at all, Mr. Fox." Sly Fox said nothing. He simply turned himself around and around and around until Red Hen, watching him, felt her own head spin around and around and around. She grew so dizzy that she fell off the top of the cupboard right into the open sack below her. "Aha!" cried Sly Fox. "Home we go!" And he ran out of the house carrying Red Hen and the sack on his back. Sly Fox ran and ran and ran through the woods, but the sun was very hot and Red Hen was very heavy. Sly Fox ran slower and slower and slower until finally he stopped. "Goodness," he said, "what a fat Red Hen! I think I'll take a rest for a while." He sat down on a grassy bank and put the sack close beside him. He tied the top as tight as he could, then he lay back in the sunshine and shut his eyes. Snored Sly Fox. He was fast asleep. Beside him in the sack was Red Hen, who was wide awake. She was thinking hard. "I'm wearing my apron," she said to herself, "and in my apron, in my pocket, and in my pocket is a needle and thread, and my little pair of scissors. Hoy, hoy!" Red Hen took out her scissors. She snipped, and she snipped, and she snipped a neat hole in the sack. She tiptoed out. She looked left and she looked right, she looked up and she looked down until she saw a large stone. She hauled the stone into the sack, then pulled out her needle and her thread. She stitched and she stitched and she stitched up the hole with such tiny little stitches that no one would ever have known there'd been a hole there. Then she ran and ran and ran all the way home and made herself a strong cup of tea. Sly Fox slept until the sun went down. "Ahoo!" said Sly Fox, sitting up. "It's time for my chicken dinner." He picked up the sack and hurried all the way home to his dark old house at the very back of the woods. "Din, din," said Sly Fox as he pushed open the door. He dropped the sack on the musty, dusty floor and built a fire with sticks. He took down a large pot and filled it full of water. He put the pot of water on top of the sticks and waited until the water was bubbling and boiling. Then he rubbed his paws together. "Wakey, wakey, Red Hen," said Sly Fox, shaking the sack. He untied the top and tipped the sack over into the water. The stone fell in with a giant splash. "Yahoo!" shrieked Sly Fox as the boiling water splashed on his whiskers. "Yahoo!" shrieked Sly Fox as the boiling water splashed on his paws. "Aroo!" shrieked Sly Fox as the boiling water splashed on his fine bushy tail. Then he turned himself around and he ran and he ran and he ran to the very edge of the woods and out and over the other side, and he was never seen again. Red Hen continued to live happily in her house under the tree and to mend and sew for all the animals in the woods. She always wore her apron with the pocket, and in the pocket she always kept a needle and thread and her little pair of scissors. The end.